Oh, very blurry. Okay, so I'm in a different room, different lighting. Sorry if it's not great. I just want to talk a little bit about anxiety. It's something that I live with every day. I have a severe anxiety disorder. I maintain pretty well. I don't take medication. Um, and I do actually, I think I do really well. So, I mean, I still have my issues, I still have hard days that I have to work on, but for the most part, like, I can function pretty well. I can get up, I go to work, I have a job, I have a living, um, I can go out, I can socialize. Like, it's pretty, it's pretty maintainable. You just have to, it's a hard thing to help people with because you really need to know yourself, you need to know your triggers, you need to know what helps you. When you're having a bad day, you need to know, like, okay, you know what, I feel like things are my levels. I'm feeling stressed, I don't fully know why. I feel really, one of my triggers is being really indecisive. um, that's one of the warning signs, like, hey, your anxiety's coming on, I'm starting to get indecisive, I'm starting to get like, whew, my shit is just like, ooh. And then it's coming, like, shit is coming, so I have to do some self-care and I have to nip that shit in the bud. So for me, I love bubble baths. That's a huge thing to calm me down. Honestly, I sit in like this much hot, boiling hot fucking lobster water with bubbles. um, I listen to music, just chill for a bit, maybe play on my phone, um, stuff like that. Movies are good. Anything that's really chill. I like to, when I'm feeling really, really anxious and I need to burn some of that energy off, you can do things like, you can do exercise, you can do yoga, you can do, um, I've mentioned it before, but like for me, something that really decompresses me is sorting laundry and putting clothes away. So I end up, half of my clothes get sorted and put away. The other half I try on. I put on fun shoes. I'm listening to music. I usually have maybe a glass of, I would say wine, but I don't drink wine. So I either have like a glass with a bit of beer in it or a drink. I smoke a tiny little bit of weed. Um, you do have to be really careful with that because I know that, like, if my anxiety's high, I can't smoke weed because it actually makes it worse. So I have to already be in a pretty, like, okay, chill kind of zone for it to be beneficial for me. So you have to get to know yourself. You have to get to know what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what makes your anxiety worse, what helps bring you back down. You have to really open yourself up to what is happening to yourself inside your body, inside your mind, and what is going on and what seems to help you. Um, Nobody else can really help you with it. Like, you have to figure your own shit out. Figure your shit out. You're awesome, and I mean, you deserve to live a normal fucking life and not have to be a crazy, like, I don't even know. I feel like I'm a crazy psycho person sometimes, but you can bring yourself back, you can come down from that, and you can be okay. For me, a big trigger, my biggest anxiety trigger, is fucking ridiculous, but it's my skin. If my skin breaks out really bad, I feel like I look like a monster and it's disgusting, and that is when I stress the hardest. That is when my anxiety is the worst. That's when I'm like, I can't be seen in this world, I shouldn't even be outside, I shouldn't, like, but I'm getting a lot better. Like, as I'm doing a lot of this, I don't know if it's age too. Age helps you realize, like, it's really not important. If you go out in public and somebody looks at your face and they don't like it, that's not my problem. That's their problem. So what I do is I give myself enough time. That's a huge thing for anxiety. If you have anxiety, you cannot procrastinate. I know that we all do it like crazy, and people with anxiety even do it worse. Get your shit together. Don't do that to yourself because you're gonna make yourself crazy. So you can't, I mean, you can procrastinate a little, but like, if you have a deadline or you have somewhere to go, deadlines, I am bad for leaving stuff at last minute, but I shine. I shine in that last minute and I get shit done. But I mean procrastinating, like, when it comes to getting ready for work. The morning getting ready, if I don't have enough time to do that properly, the whole day that's it. My anxiety is high, everything's fucked up, I fucking hate everything, and I'm gonna lose my shit all fucking day long. That's bad. That's a high anxiety trigger for me. I wake up it's ridiculous. My morning routine is ridiculous. I leave for work at 8 a.m. I get up anywhere between 5 and 6 depending on what I need. So if I have to shower, I should just be getting up at 6. I get up, I shower, and then I take my dog out, I feed my dog, I make myself a coffee, we sit and we snuggle for half an hour. That's the best part of my morning. Then I wake up and I'm chill and I feel alright, and then once that my coffee's done and the half hour chill is over, then I go and I start getting ready. So I like put my moisturizers on, my sunblock on, I do all that stuff that I need to do, and then I put my tiny bit of makeup. Like, I don't wear a lot of makeup, I don't know if you can tell. I don't have mascara on, I don't have eyeliner or anything like that. The only thing I wear is a little bit of concealer because I have problem skin, I really do. One day I'll be brave enough and I'll show you a picture of it. So I put concealer on wherever there's a problem, redness or scarring, or I have eczema and I break out with hives and rashes and acne and all that fun stuff, so it's good times. So I wear concealer and a little bit of bronzer, and that's it. That's my life. So I put a tiny bit of makeup on, and then I do my hair, and then I get my lunch, and I just make sure I have time for everything, and I have time to lollygag. When you have anxiety, you are fucking slow as shit at everything. You need to realize that, and you need to give yourself that time, because that's telling you something. I'm slow as shit at everything. I need time so that I can be slow as shit at everything and still get it done properly. I give myself that time and I work it out, and then I feel great because I'm like, okay, it took me 2 hours to get ready when I do no makeup, and it takes me literally 5 minutes to do my hair. But I'm relaxed. I feel very accomplished, like I'm polished and I did everything I need to do before I go, and I feel ready for the day. And that's important. That's so important to me. So if that is something that you can try and do to feel more organized, it helps. It helps to get myself all worked up just thinking about not being okay in the morning. So that's a big thing. So just organize, and not baby yourself, but yeah, nobody else is gonna give a shit about you, and nobody else is gonna give a shit about your fucking diseases or any of your symptoms or any of the shit that you absolutely need. Nobody gives a fuck about that. You give a fuck about that. You have to. I know it's hard when you're overwhelmed and you're stressed and your shit is all over the place and you're starting to get depressed, because that is a fine line. People with anxiety walk a fine line when it comes to depression, and you cannot let yourself get there, because that's tough, man. Depression, kudos to everybody that deals with that. I did 2 years in a severe depression that I couldn't get myself out of. Oh my god. This is probably why I started doing as many, just being aware and starting to be like, you know what, I need to pay attention, I need to do things properly, and I need to never fucking let myself get that low. You kind of have to get to a bottom before you realize, I can't get there again. I have to take care of myself, I have to do things properly. I don't care if I have to baby myself, I don't care if everybody else in the world needs you. I need you, and you have to be like, you know what, too bad, I'm just gonna hang out by myself for today because that's what I need. And that's okay. If you need to do that, do it. And don't feel guilty. Don't let yourself be overwhelmed with guilt. That's another anxiety symptom. I find that we take guilt to another level, so you have to start to realize that that's a symptom of the disease, and it's not like, this person is not putting that much guilt on you, you're putting it on yourself. You have to start being okay, and being okay with your decisions that you make. So if you're gonna say, you know what, yeah, 80 of these people are depending on me to go out, and they want me to do all this stuff for them and whatever, but I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable doing that, and you know what, I really feel like I need to stay in. If you have to, if you have a hard time with that at the start, and you have a hard time with the guilt that comes with, just start telling people, hey, I have a migraine and I'm not going to make it. hey, I'm not feeling well and I'm not going to make it. And then you sit at home with your, hey, I got a free day and I'm just going to chill the fuck out. And I'm going to listen to music. I'm going to have a bubble bath and I'm going to dance in my room and I'm just going to have a great time all by myself. That brings me back. That makes me feel a lot better, a lot more, it brings me, I guess, back to my center. So stuff like that can help, and just don't feel bad about it. Maybe it's because I'm 35 and I've gotten to an age where I'm like, you know what? I don't really care what other people think, because I don't really. I know what's right for me, and I'm not too concerned what that means with other people. So, yeah, do what you need to do for you. Start finding out what works for you, what it is that you do need to do for you. Everything, even though it seems like I have myself on a crazy schedule because I give myself 2 hours. I gotta wake up so fucking early and it takes me 2 hours in the morning to get ready. I don't stress about that. I get up, I go to bed early. I make sure that I get enough sleep. I am in bed before 10 p.m. It's just, I have to be. Because I like sleep, I need sleep, I don't want to wake up feeling exhausted and then be like, oh, I'm going to sleep in for 5 hours because I'm too exhausted and now I'm going to run around like a chicken with my head cut off and then blah, 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 blah. That's just a roller coaster for disaster. Go to bed at a decent time, get enough sleep, wake up with enough time to have a lazy ass time doing what you got to do and getting ready. If you have kids, it's a little bit harder, but you're going to have to figure it out and work out a routine that works for you guys that's not going to stress you out like crazy. I don't have kids. I just have pets. I have a dog and I have a turtle. And he's amazing. Where is he? I don't know if you can see him. Can you see him? There he is. He's the best. He's the best. So I have a rescue dog and I have a turtle, and those are my responsibilities. And the rest I don't want. So I don't want kid responsibilities because I'm still working on keeping myself, I have to work on being okay with myself before I could ever even imagine taking care of another person. So, but I'm at 35. I'm at the place in life where I'm okay without kids. So that's my own choice. I know people that have gotten pregnant with anxiety disorders and it whacks you out, and then it's a whole other turmoil of work to bring yourself back to where you were before you had babies, but then you also have a baby that needs you and everything about you, and you're not in a good place. I was fearful of that, so I was like, I don't really feel the need to have babies anyway, so I just decided against it. If I dated somebody that had kids or something, I would be fine with that because I think I would make an awesome stepmom. I'm very nurturing and caring, and I do have to think of myself first, but I think we all kind of do. Because you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your kids, right? But again, I don't live a lifestyle where I have kids depending on me every 3 seconds, so I can't really speak much to it, so I'm not going to, it's just my opinion, right? It's just my opinion, it's just my outlook, it's whatever. So, if any of this is helpful, hopefully it is. I feel like it's just me rambling on forever, but that's just a couple tips, because honestly, as you grow and you mature with this, they say that you can get rid of anxiety and that it's curable if you take meds and you do this and you do that. Well, meds always fucked me up more. So I said, you know what, I don't want to take them anymore because I didn't feel like I had a lot of that, the feeling where you don't feel like you're in real life, things are happening and you're just all fucked up, I just feel the disassociation, and that's a big, if you start feeling like that, self-care your ass like you've never fucking self-cared your ass before, because that's a pretty major symptom, and that's the start of some dark days, my friend. And I still get bouts of that now and then, tiny little episodes of it, but I'm pretty good. I know what I need. I I know how to help myself. So I want to be able to help you guys. And if you have any questions, I would love for you to ask me. I would love to try and give you any kind of advice from my perspective and my own experience. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist in any kind of way. I'm just a person who's been living with anxiety for my entire life. I had anxiety ever since I was a child. So it's just something that I've lived with and I've learned to cope with. So if I can help anybody with any kind of coping mechanism, if I can help anybody with advice from an outsider who's also kind of an insider, an outsider from your situation, but an insider from my situation, then I would love to help in any way, shape, or form. If I could bring any fucking relief to people that have to deal with this, I want to do it. We all deserve relief. We all deserve to live a happy life. We deserve to be happy and healthy and living a life that we want to live. So work hard, stay strong, push yourself. You do have to push yourself. On days where you don't want to do it, just fucking get your ass out the door. That's what I tell myself. Just get your fucking ass out the door. And then once you're out that door, it's too late. You're in it. You're in the day. You're gonna fucking kill it and get it done. And then you just keep doing it. And when the days are really bad, I go on a baby steps method. So when the day is horrible and I can barely even imagine getting out the door, I just get my fucking ass out the door. Just get your fucking ass out the door, worry about the rest after. Once you've gotten your ass out the door, every little situation at a time. Just get through, get through the initial walk into work and having to face everybody and see everybody. Just get through that one part. And then, get to your desk or get to your station or get to wherever it is that you work. Zone out, get your work done, just get through it. Working hard really helps me. I like to zone out into my work and get shit done. That helps. It's hard when your anxiety is high and you're not you have a hard time paying attention, but you also have a hard time with a lot of things. When your anxiety is high, it fucks you over. So you just have to learn to bring yourself back. It is amazing once you figure out your own shit, how easy it is to bring yourself back. And the more you do it, the more you practice it, the more you learn it, the more you keep learning and keep noticing and keep paying attention to it, the less it happens. And you start being like, dude, did I get through an entire week without feeling like a fucking freak? That's amazing. And I'm not saying any of us are freaks. I'm a little bit of a freak sometimes. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like my shit's all over the place sometimes, and that's okay. Like, we're humans and that's what we do. We get our shit all over the place sometimes. But as long as we can count on each other, I mean, I don't count on a lot of people and I don't rely on a lot of people. I'm very internal. So this is pretty big for me, actually. This means I'm doing really good. Because usually I'm quite internal. I keep everything to myself. And I work really hard at just dealing with my own shit myself. I don't confide in anybody. I don't rely on anybody. When I was going through that 2-year depression, I think if I didn't have my boyfriend, he helped me big time through that. Like words can't even describe what he helped me through. And the fact that he still liked me and loved me through all of that is, I didn't like me. Not even a little. So, it's commendable. He did something that I don't think I would have ever had the strength to get through and do for another person, so that's amazing. But now that I'm here, when it comes to anxiety, I also didn't confide in anybody else with my depression. I tried to confide in my best friend, and she basically treated me like I was a horrible person because I couldn't be there for her. I was like, dropped that, so we're no longer best friends anymore. Even now that I'm healthy, I wouldn't want to go back to something like that. Even though I know it was my fault, and I was being a shitty friend, I kept voicing the fact that I wasn't trying to be, and that it was a just serious depression that I was going through. I couldn't even leave my house. Like, I would go to work and that's it. Other than that, I couldn't do groceries. If me and my boyfriend were trying to leave to go do groceries,